Romania stands on the brink of an energy abyss. A clandestine act organic poisons in Azerbaijani crude derailed a vital fuel shipment. As OMV Petrom scrambles to overcome this silent attack, the threat goes beyond chemistry. Is this sabotage or strategy? Welcome to Cinematic Geopolitics, where we expose the fault lines beneath global energy power plays. Romania stands on the brink of an energy abyss. A clandestine act organic poisons in Azerbaijani crude derailed a vital fuel shipment. As OMV Petrom scrambles to overcome this silent attack, the threat goes beyond chemistry. Is this sabotage or strategy? Welcome to a moment that could redefine the balance of energy security in Eastern Europe. In mid-July 2025, a routine delivery of crude oil bound for Romania's OMV Petrom refinery at Petrobrazi triggered alarms. The oil, shipped from the Turkish port of Ceyhan and traced back to Azerbaijani sources, was found contaminated with organic chlorides. These are not harmless additives. They are destructive chemicals that corrode refinery infrastructure and cripple entire processing systems. Detection occurred between July 16 and 18, and the moment it was confirmed, Romania moved fast. The Ministry of Energy declared a local emergency. Strategic reserves were opened. In just hours, over 80,000 tons of crude oil and 30,000 tons of diesel were released from emergency storage facilities. This wasn't just about a technical incident. It was about protecting national fuel supplies, maintaining refinery operations, and preventing a chain reaction of panic across Romania's economy. But even as the technical response succeeded in averting disaster, a much darker question emerged. Was this contamination an accident, or was it deliberate? Was this the work of rogue operators, or a well-executed act of sabotage? For analysts watching Eastern Europe, this scenario is too convenient to be coincidence. The region's energy infrastructure is heavily strained. Romania has been a critical player in NATO's southeastern flank. The Petrobrazi refinery is one of the most advanced in the region, and in the past year, Romania has grown increasingly independent from Russian energy flows, choosing instead to invest in its domestic Black Sea gas resources and non-Russian oil imports. To many, the contamination looks less like carelessness and more like a strategic message. Why sabotage? Because energy is power, and control over supply lines, especially in wartime, equals leverage. By undermining confidence in Azerbaijani crude, by disrupting fuel flows at a critical moment, the effect echoes far beyond Romania's borders. It sends a message: nowhere is safe, and no ally is immune. The possibility of Russian involvement, whether direct or through proxies, cannot be ignored. Romania has already ceased importing Russian crude, cutting the Kremlin's influence over its refineries and fuel markets. For Moscow, this shift represents not only a financial loss, but a strategic one. Contaminating a non-Russian source forces Romania to question its supply chains. It creates doubt, cost, and hesitation. And in geopolitics, those moments of hesitation are everything, but Romania did not flinch. The Petrobrazi refinery stayed operational. The government moved decisively, and the public, while shocked, remained calm. There was no panic at the pumps, no fuel shortages in the streets. Instead, there was resolve. Romania's swift activation of reserves was more than a crisis response. It was a declaration: we are ready. We will not be destabilized. We will not bow to shadow tactics. And this matters not only for Romania. It matters for all of NATO's eastern corridor. From Poland to Bulgaria, from the Black Sea to the Baltic, energy flows define military readiness, economic stability, and political strength. When one link is tested, all links must prepare. This incident also reinforces the importance of Romania's offshore gas project, Neptun Deep. In March 2025, deep-sea drilling began on what could become the largest domestic gas source in the Balkans, estimated to hold over 100 billion cubic meters of gas. It promises full national energy independence by 2027, removing reliance on foreign supplies and building a new pillar of security. But that project is still in its infancy. Until then, Romania must rely on partners on Kazakhstan, North Africa, and Azerbaijan for vital oil imports. And now, even those channels have been called into question. Whether this contamination was intentional or not, its consequences are very real. The refinery had to halt certain processes, costs rose, emergency laws were triggered, trust was shaken. This is exactly the kind of disruption that benefits those seeking to destabilize NATO's energy landscape. And yet, what could have been a catastrophe turned into a display of strength. Romania showed the region what it means to be prepared, what it means to meet uncertainty with clarity, what it means to protect your sovereignty not just with weapons, but with resilience. As the days unfold, investigations will continue, more details may surface, perhaps even new threats will arise, but what is clear today is that Romania's response set a precedent. It proved that when attacked quietly, a nation can still roar with action. Energy is not just fuel, it is freedom. And when that freedom is threatened, it must be defended with everything a nation has, its laws, its resources, and its people's unity. Romania stood tall this week. It showed that modern warfare doesn't always come in explosions. It comes in contamination, in cyber interference, in market sabotage. But if you're ready, you endure. If you're vigilant, you survive. If you're united, you rise. The oil flowed, yes, but so did the message. Romania is not weak. Romania is not divided. Romania is ready. For those who still believe in sovereignty, for those who cherish stability and patriotism. This story matters. Not because it's over, but because it's just beginning. Energy wars are here, and only the prepared will win them. Subscribe for more deep geopolitical breakdowns. Stay aware, stay proud, stay vigilant.